The most feared sound in all of football, the curse wheel, and it returns for 2025. Just to be safe, I'm gonna wear a helmet around this piece of shit, because even I fear the curse wheel. And there goes a whole bunch of people who thought they were clicking on a normal Power Rankings episode. Welcome back to the first official Power Rankings show for the 2025 football season. I'm your power ranker and master of curses, Brandon Perna. Today, I'll be ranking my top sweet 16 teams heading into week 1 of the season. Why 16? I don't know. If you're new to this channel, I suggest watching some old Power Rankings episodes because I try and make mine as confusing as possible. I curse a team every single week with the help of this big dumb wheel. I spin it at the end of the show and it works more often than not. You! I don't trust you for 1 second, you son of a bitch. We incorporate heaven, hell, and purgatory into our rankings every single week, and I forget about at least one team every episode. I am dumb, but you are still watching anyway. So let's waste no time and start at number 16, the Bengals. Now, Cincinnati's offense should be top 5. The Bengals' defense could be bottom 5, which makes them mathematically the most average team in the league. I do feel better that Trey Hendrickson will be playing for you this season and that he's mostly satisfied with the 1-year, $30 million deal, which allows him to leave in 2026. Rookie Shamar Stewart has been solid so far, and I think your pass rush will be formidable, Cincinnati. Whether or not that trickles down to the rest of your defense remains to be seen. Coming in at 15, I've got the Seahawks. And the Raiders. That's right, your first curveball at 15. So the Raiders have the Seahawks' old head coach and quarterback. Sam Darnold and Geno Smith put up passing numbers so similar in 2024 that you would have thought they were twins separated at birth.
I'm your twin brother.
Marshawn Lynch, who played for both the Seahawks and the Raiders, recently had Sam Darnold on his podcast where he revealed that...
Hey, bro, they told me that Gingers is black.
That's what they said.
That's what I heard,
I didn't say that.
Which to me confirms Geno Smith and Sam Darnold are fucking twin brothers. Gingers is black.
Told me that Gingers is black.
Marshawn said it, not me.
I didn't say that.
Coming in at 14, the Steelers. Now, I predicted Aaron Rodgers to have his best statistical season since 2021. You're the most predictable team in the league, Pittsburgh.
We got some things to work on.
And when you get the final wild card spot this year with that 10-7 record, it's going to hit differently. Steelers fans will actually believe that your football team can win in the wild card round, and I think Aaron does it with DK Metcalf and breakout player of the year, Roman Wilson. That's right, you're going to win in the playoffs, Pittsburgh. And I really believe that Aaron Rodgers, Darius Slay, and Jalen Ramsey will not have to press their life alert button a single time all season long.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
And if I haven't repulsed you yet, please subscribe to this channel. Guys, we're 1,000 subs away from hitting 775,000. Holy crap, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get there before the season starts. Thank you. Thank you. 13, the Rams. I know the Rams should be a lot higher, right? The one thing that is keeping them here at Lucky 13 is Matthew Stafford's back, which according to doctors has aged 4 times as fast as the rest of his body. Now Stafford or his clone should be good to go week 1, but I have almost no faith that his back holds up for the entire season. I think the Rams' biggest question mark is their secondary. We know the defensive front 7 should be nasty again this year, but I need to see more from their corners before I buy back into the Rams' strong finish from last season. And I like safeties Cameron Kinchins and Cam Curl, both spelled with K's, giving the Rams 3 K's in their secondary, which of course will make everyone think about baseball. They will be relying on corners Akilla Witherspoon, Darius Williams, and Quentin Lake. 3 all-right players, but there's not a true number 1 corner or lockdown guy in their secondary. At 12, I've got the Patriots. Now, New England made one of the biggest upgrades at head coach we've seen in a while, cutting ties with Gerard Mayo and bringing back Mike Vrabel. It's the diet brand of Sean Payton replacing Nathaniel Hackett.
You know, some of these rats around here, so.
Gnawing, eating fucking rat.
Now, they might have also gotten Drake May a massive weapon and an all-around 3-down back in rookie Travion Henderson. Are they ready to challenge the Buffalo Bills? Probably not, but they may have leapfrogged the Dolphins and the Jets already. Prove me wrong, Mike McDaniel and Tua. Please, prove me wrong, because I love you guys. Now, we've been making fun of the Patriots receivers for years now, but I think New England made their offensive line better. Do you know what we haven't talked about since the draft? Will Campbell's short-ass arms. His little dinosaur arms. Why? Because he's had a pretty damn good preseason and has played well in pass protection. They did release guard Tyrese Robinson, who I thought looked good in the preseason and at the end of last year, but what do I know? Not very much, if I'm being honest.
Fucking rat.
Number 11, the Vikings. I really have no idea what to think about putting the fortunes of a 14-3 team on the shoulders of J.J. McCarthy, who's never taken a regular season snap in the NFL and has barely even played this preseason. But if they get back to the playoffs and can navigate the treacherous schedule, Kevin O'Connell will solidify himself as one of the most adaptive and best head coaches in the NFL. And like any respectable man, I love a big KOC. And the Vikings have one leading the charge. The reason I still think they will be good enough is the additions of Ryan Kelly and Will Fries to the interior of their offensive line. Is Adam Thielen a Viking yet? I hope so, because that's a very nice addition for McCarthy while Jordan Addison is suspended and Jalen Naylor gets healthy. Adam Thielen did sign back with the Vikings, a much-needed addition to make it through the month of September for Minnesota. Number 10, sorry Minnesota, I got the Packers here. I'll go ahead and say Matthew Golden is my dark horse candidate to be Offensive Rookie of the Year, or at least in the conversations come December. Now, with a disappointing season for the Packers offense last year, they still scored 27 points per game, and by season's end, their defense was 6th best for points allowed at just 19.9. 19.9 is also the exact number of years the Packers plan ahead for their next quarterback. If Matthew Golden is as reliable a target as he appears he can be, Green Bay is basically 1 or 2 key catches per game away from winning the division. In terms of their 11-6 record last year, I think Green Bay with a 122-point differential left the most meat on the bone in 2024. Which takes us to the afterlife. The healing lights of heaven. I'm putting Micah Parsons' agent in there because Jerry Jones certainly thinks you're fucking dead.
Stick it up her ass.
I'll actually wait until week 2 to give someone the healing light of heaven. Instead, we're going to go right to hell, and I've got the AFC South down there. This is the Texans' division to lose, and if someone will best them, I honestly think it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Texans won't have Joe Mixon for the first 4 games of the season with his foot injury. There are whispers he might miss all of 2025. I'm rooting for Nick Chubb to give us one more very good season. I think he has it in him, but until I see that Texans offensive line really look improved, I'm hesitant to give them any rank of power. CJ Stroud's finally going to be allowed to audible, and hopefully that enables him to take fewer sacks this year. The Colts are in QB purgatory. The Titans have a number 1 overall pick at quarterback. That has looked nice in the preseason, but there are a ton of question marks on defense and at the skill positions. Fuck, Tajee Spears is heading to IR. Trevor Lawrence is in the most important year of his career, and I know one of these teams will surprise us, but I just cannot predict it. I'm hoping we're all gushing about how Vanilla Vic is playing so well in Indy that Marshawn Lynch calls Daniel Jones chocolate ice cream.
If I break a long one, I better see Vanilla Vic down there. All right, I got you.
Purgatory, Kenny Pickett, and Deontay Johnson. The Raiders just became the 1100th team to trade a 5th-round pick for Kenny Pickett in the last 2 years. The Browns have released perennially disgruntled receiver Deontay Johnson. Both of those guys started their careers in Pittsburgh, and their NFL journeys have just been bizarre. In March of 2024, Johnson was traded from the Steelers to the Panthers. Then in October, he was traded from the Panthers to the Ravens. He was waived by the Ravens, claimed by the Texans, waived by the Texans, Texans claimed back by the Ravens, and in April he signed with the Browns, who just released him. Johnson's career may be over because those are all teams who could have really used his help. Kenny Pickett will simply wait for the Raiders to get a 5th rounder for him in 2026. They are quite literally in the waiting room that is Purgatory. Today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks and my sign-up code TGS. Prize Picks said I can keep this ad quick for you. So I set a week 1 lineup. I'm taking more passing yards on Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers in a revenge game, and Joe Flacco versus that Bengals defense. Football starts next week, so use my code TGS when you download the Prize Picks app. Link below. Make your first $5 deposit and Prize Picks will give you $50 in lineup. Also, the Dak Prescott Max discount is good until game day. Make sure you take advantage of his half passing yard for week 1. We already hit 250 signups at Prize Picks, so we're 150 away from our next big TGS bonus, which is at 400 signups. The goal, at least 6,000 this season to make sure Prize Picks falls in love with me or develops Stockholm Syndrome. Number 9, the Chargers. Justin Herbert may have vaulted himself into elite status with his new celebrity relationship, and I totally know the woman he is dating. Like, I'm not getting to the age where I had to Google her, or Gemini her, or ChatGTP her, but that doesn't change the fact that the Chargers lost perhaps their best player in Rashawn Slater before the season started. They've had a weird offseason between Mike Williams' retirement and Najee Harris's 4th of July antics that we've all had our eye on, just like the powers that be have had their eye on Michigan and Jim Harbaugh's time there. Anyway, LA should have never let Keenan Allen go. His return is important, though, for LA's offense to evolve this season. If their defense proves to be one of the stingiest in the league again, then I have them way too low to start this season, okay? I'll admit it. I'm not sure Dante Jackson, though, at corner really makes them better this year, but anything is possible. What the Chargers need is to have both of their offensive rookies and running back Omarion Hampton and receiver Trey Harris make immediate impacts. If they do that, I think I'll give Justin Herbert the credit he finally deserves, but again, that offensive line will need to solidify itself without Slater. And Joe Alt has to anchor the blind side so everything else can fall into place. Number 8, the Buccaneers. Do not let me down, Baker Mayfield. The Bucs receiving room is so deep right now, they released Trey Palmer, who had 39 receptions and 3 touchdowns for him last year. Baker Mayfield is coming off a season where he had 4,500 passing yards, more than Lamar Jackson, more than Patrick Mahomes, more than Justin Herbert, 41 passing touchdowns, which was tied with Lamar and trailed only Joe Burrow. I predicted Bucky Irvin to be the rushing leader this season, but I believe this is Baker's year to convince any naysayers that are left out there that he's the reason his offenses succeed. Baker's had more play callers in his NFL career than Tampa has fucking strip clubs. He's a coaching kingmaker, and he has to do it one more time, just to get the credit he deserves. Number 7, the Commandos. Terry McLaurin is locked in for the next 3 to 4 years. Your defense is full of geriatrics. Good geriatrics, but let's just say that training staff will be packing adult diapers for road games. Now, I found a really interesting metric posted by Eagles Eric. I think you should listen to this, Dan Quinn. Stop sending 5 guys to get after the quarterback. Washington had the 3rd highest 5-man rush rate in 2024, and there's a thought out there that sending 5 guys doesn't provide enough extra quarterback pressure to outweigh the decline a defense succeeds in coverage by sending a 5th man. Teams are better off sending a 6th man, as that actually disrupts the play enough to avoid giving up disruptive plays more frequently. Either get home with 4 or send 6, Washington, and you may get some better defensive results overall. And this is based on one chart I saw by a guy I just followed on Twitter, so it's gotta be true. Coming in at 666, the Broncos. Now, the 666 spot is reserved for the team who illustrated the most luck or devil's magic, if you will. For a while, I just put the Chiefs here, but I really want this to go to the team that just feels too damn lucky on a week-to-week basis. You know, a team that got a little help from devil magic that week. Now, I don't know if the Broncos are the luckiest team right now or if they will actually be week 1, but I'm trying to combat all of the love they are receiving from the national media with some of the devil's hate here at 666.
Found myself in school. Barracuda reminds me of the Denver Bronco defensive line right there getting after quarterbacks.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announced their engagement on my 9-year anniversary with my wonderful wife Jess yesterday. If that's not some devil magic shit, I don't know what is. And I don't know who this helps, me or Travis Kelce. Everyone's already penciled in the Denver defense is the best in the league. And I'm just going to agree. I'm going to agree. And honestly, some of the tackling I've seen from rookie Jahdae Barron this preseason is more impressive than even his coverage skills. And those have been great. Evan Ingram, though, is going to have a bigger season than I initially thought when the Broncos acquired him in free agency. I think he has a huge week 1 and that he finishes the season as the Broncos' second leading ball catcher just behind Courtland Sutton. Number 5, the Bills. Remember how the Ravens' secondary was complete ass for the first 7 weeks of the season last year? The Bills are about to mimic that, I think. Their rookie first-round corner, Maxwell Harrison, has been injured all preseason with a knee issue. Harrison is officially starting the season on IR. He's going to miss the first 4 games. Buffalo just signed safety Jordan Poyer on a 1-year deal because they too fear their safeties. Poyer's going to join the practice squad for now, but a 30-year-old and oft-injured Trey White and 34-year-old Jordan Poyer back in your secondary? You know what they say, if you can get older at the corner and safety position, you just gotta do it, right, Buffalo? Tre'Davious White is back and starting due to Hairston's injury. Assuming Trey White's current leg injury isn't too serious, and Buffalo's been pretty vague about that. Then you've got Cole Bishop and Taylor Rapp penciled in as the starting safeties. Don't feel great about that. Now, I do love Taron Johnson and Christian Benford, but until Hairston gets healthy and then proves he's actually good, I think Buffalo will be in a lot of shootouts to start the season, which will be really fun to watch. I think they should call New England, though, and trade for Kyle Duggar. And in exchange for the safety, they promised to let New England win 1 game this year. And then totally don't.
Literally a bunch of...
Number 4, the Lions. I hate that Ben Johnson is gone. I hate that Aaron Glenn is gone, but I love that people are writing the Lions off. This is where Detroit thrives. They are one of the most heavily bet teams to miss the playoffs entirely. Did you hear that, Jared Goff? For the second time in your career, people think you're only a product of your play caller. Now, Goff did fortunately go from one of the best play callers in the league to one of the best play callers in the league. Jared Goff is not perfect, but he is surrounded by an ungodly amount of talent who believe in him. From his offensive line, to his running backs, to his tight end, to all of his receivers. The Lions' offense won't be quite as good this year, but still very dangerous. For me, I think the real issue is on defense. And nobody wants to say it, but there's a real chance Aiden Hutchinson isn't the guy we saw pre-injury. I trust that Aiden is going to get back to his top 5 status. He's working his ass off to do so, but I think it may not be until late 2025 at the earliest. His injury was horrific, okay? We forget how bad it was, and trusting that leg is going to take time. DJ Reed, a great add in their secondary, but Terrion Arnold needs a big leap in his sophomore season at left corner. Number 3, the Chiefs. Okay, truce here, Kansas City, okay? I promise to treat you like the pure evil you are this season in power rankings, okay? But however, this first one, since you did give us one of the most embarrassing performances in Super Bowl history and have had to marinate in that shame all offseason, I'm going to give you a real thought here. I think the Chiefs have done a tremendous job solidifying their biggest problem from last year with their offensive line. We got a very small taste, but I predict the big plays in the passing game are returning for Kansas City. Rashee Rice has officially been suspended for the first 6 games of the NFL season. but I fear Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown are going to channel their inner Tyreek Hills. No, they're not going to poorly father 10 children, but torching the too high shell defense with regularity is in their future. When Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown are on the field at the same time, it's going to be a problem for opposing defenses. And when Rice is out there, fuck me. There, I said it. It aged me probably 10 years, but that was a fair take for you, Kansas City. Moving on, real quick, guys, I do have an exciting announcement. I've been working really hard all off season to get this ready. And right now, I am thrilled to share with all of you, go fuck yourself, Kansas City, you big giant bag of green dildo vomit pissheads. Fuck you. I'll never give up on And to the Ravens. Another brutal loss in the postseason. What's gonna be different this year, huh? Why am I so high on the Ravens? Unlike the Lions, the Ravens are returning both of their coordinators. Their defense was very good in the second half of last season. They should have a top 5 secondary with the addition of Georgia rookie Malachi Starks if Jair Alexander stays healthy. God help Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers, who with a combined age of 81 or 82 simply won't be able to see the picks coming.
I mean, I'm in love. You know, what can I say?
The bad news? Jair's already dealing with some minor injury issues. Derrick Henry, though, continues to transcend time at his position, and you can chalk in 1,600 rushing yards from King Henry. Zay Flowers churned out a 1,000-yard receiving season last year. Mark Andrews holds the record for most receiving yards in a season as a Raven with 1,361. My bold prediction is that we see Zay Flowers top that number this year for Baltimore. He's an incredible route runner, and I just feel it in my bones. If it's not that, I might be feeling the early signs of osteoporosis.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
And number 1, no surprise, the Eagles. Fly, birds. That's what you say, right? This is a team that looked the devil right in his eye. His third eye, which, yes, is his sphincter, and jumped out to a 34-0 lead in the Super Bowl and never let up. That was thanks in large part to Cooper DeJean, the NFL's 100th best players pick 6. Did you guys know he did that on his birthday in the Super Bowl? If I could donate money to his parents' crotches for smashing all those years ago, I would. Sorry, he was the 60th best player. Fellow rookie, Ladd McConkey was the 100th best player, and I just can't tell my exciting whites apart if I'm being honest. Now, top to bottom, I believe Philly still has the best roster in the league. They drafted Jihad Campbell to add to the linebacker room while Nakobe Dean recovers from his torn patella. And now that I actually think about it, if the Eagles are preparing for Jihad, maybe we'll get a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl. Boom. Never forget, Sean McDermott. And now it's time to spin the curse wheel for Week 1. Okay, see what I did there? I put the old curse wheel in the middle to give it double cursing power. It's barely holding on, but it's there. Alright. Oh god, I'm nervous to spin my own wheel. Who are we gonna curse? We got 16 teams on here. This should be good. Let's just give it a spin, guys. And don't forget, shout out to Rachel Half. Follow Rachel Half here. She designed the new cursed logos for this season for all the power ranking episodes. The new cursed shirts are available at benchwarmershop.com. Oh god, it's going backwards. I spun it the wrong way. Oh fuck, Cincinnati cursed Week 1. Ooh, I love this for you. Oh god, no, what does that mean? What does that mean? Let's try that again. No, I will fix this by next week. Mini spin, double curse. 16 and 8. We'll call it 8. It landed right there, 8 twice. I don't know if the second thing's gonna work. Anyway, benchwarmershop.com, your new cursed logos. Bengals, sorry, you're fucked. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports, the only sports show dumb enough to have a curse wheel and actually believe that the curse has magical powers. If you enjoyed your viewing experience today, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.